Basement Creatures is a story that follows a subterranean explorer, a strong female character who goes into this subterranean world and discovers strange new places and peculiar creatures. The creatures in the basement are inspired by my real-life basement where I live, and also the more figurative types of things that can come alive if you think about all the things we store in our basements, the junk and things that don't get used every day. The characters in this story are opportunities for those possessions, those materials to come alive and tell their own story through rock and roll and image and theater. The character that I play is a funny one because when I'm so costumed and make-upped up, I'm able to, transform and not worry about being myself and play a lot of different things. And the nature of writing from a creature's point of view versus a human point of view lets me give commentary on humans, whether it's in society or personal relationships. The play has a lot of components to it. As a rock opera, it's a spectacle. Music is a core part of it, and I knew from the start I needed a live band. So having the live band with piano, guitar, drums, and bass, along with singers. So music is throughout the whole show, in addition to the visual feast of the aerial performers on aerial chains and aerial silk, in addition to the video projection that's large-scale panorama, takes up the whole stage backdrop, 40 feet wide and 30 feet tall. And puppetry that's made from all sorts of materials that you could find in a basement. Discarded paper, cardboard, plastic is kind of the palette of materials that we use to make the puppets, in addition to the costume and the props and the scenery.
My name is Daniel Benoit, and you're taking a look at Deep Search, my custom-built projection rig that I have in use for Basement Creatures. Deep Search is, well, I designed her to be sort of like the brain of a show. I try and give her as much awareness as possible using various sensors and cameras. Deep Search acts as the interface between the performance and the technology. Most of the images that we use in the show, I photographed or shot the video myself. We're also using the paper cutouts of artist Daniel Jaffe. He made this little explorer. It's a dream sequence where we used a bunch of his work. But just about every piece that we have in the show was created or shot by someone in the cast or crew. The main projector sits behind the screen, and so we rear project. And as far as sensors, I'm using, this is an Xbox Kinect, and it has an infrared and a regular camera built into it. The infrared camera allows the computer to see the actors, whether there's light or not on the stage, which is very helpful. And then we have a webcam built up into Davy Steinman's tower, and I have an audio input coming from the sound system. I'm really excited to be a part of this show and to be a part of this group. Davy has assembled a really beautiful and talented cadre of kind of emerging artists, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to work with these people and to create and brainstorm and tech and work. It's been wonderful.
So in this performance we have aerial performers performing on aerial chains and aerial silk. It's one of the things that make theater more complicated but also a lot more exciting. It adds an element of danger because there's real danger for the performers. So the circus arts being incorporated into this is, for me, exciting, and it expands the world of what theater can be. It's not just a puppet show. It's not just a circus show. It's not just a rock music show. It's all of these things combined together in addition to the elements of theater that can help tell stories and make an arc of creating the evening. Having grown up in Willmar, I always enjoyed creating things, making things. I didn't consider myself a theater artist. I didn't expect I would be a performer or have a career in theater, but it definitely shaped a lot of my perspective on seeing the world. I really enjoyed the wide open spaces and the opportunity to go adventure on the prairie and in the woods. And I also grew up with a basement bedroom, so a lot of those themes and a lot of the specifics of my monologues, some of them come from my childhood growing up in Willmar. So my basement bedroom and teachers who read certain books and songs I learned in school have re-emerged here in the show. I've incorporated a lot of puppetry into my work. And it's interesting, when I talk to people casually about it, they're like, oh, puppetry, you do shows for kids. It's like, well, puppetry can be for youth or it can be for adults. I think there's a wide range of really awesome things you can do with puppetry that change your perspective as an audience member. When you know that something is not alive, but yet it's given life, it opens your mind to being receptive to new ideas. So I think puppetry and blacklight and music and video projection and aerial, to me, all tie together. I don't think of them as separate forms. I think they can really be integrated. In Basement Creatures, my character that I play is a basement dweller. It's one of the creatures in the basement. It's not specifically any type of species, even though in the rest of the show there are things like a spider or a bed bug or a centipede. I didn't have any plan going into it, and now it's a strong icon of the show. For me, that's an important part of the process, is to not plan or overthink things too much and just let the hands do some work to create some images. Then I can work on it and edit it and refine it more later. But I think being really open is a really important part of the creative process. In the play, the characters are always looking to be fulfilled or satisfied by something. So my character, I play the naive standpoint of a non-human creature trying to fulfill a human's needs or desires, offer them food, a place to sleep, a job, offspring. What do you need? As this non-human character, what do humans need? What is needed for fulfillment? And I guess that's a part of my process when I'm writing this play. I'm thinking about what is fulfilling? What do we need? So hopefully creating an awesome performance and bringing people together to share that performance in the theater is a part of a fulfilling experience that goes beyond the basic necessities of food and shelter and offers something more enriching as humans. It's an unconventional arrangement, and I think it offers opportunity for the audience to have new perspectives and be jolted into looking at their environment in a new way. And that's really exciting for me.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yakel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts, offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflections Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota. Explore hundreds of lakes, trails, and attractions for a great vacation or a place to hold an event. ExploreAlex.com. Tri-State Brain and Spine Institute, with locations in Alexandria, Edina, Crookston, and Maple Grove. Doctors dedicated to evaluating and treating all types of brain and spine problems, no matter how complex.